Check. Back with another episode of the DJs Need Love 2 show. I go by the name of DJ Battio.
I go by the name DJ Thirsttrap.
Yes, sir. And today we got another special guest, man. What we got, Trap? What we got?
So, the host of New Music Monday.
Yeah.
Coalition DJs.
Let's do it right. Yeah.
Co-host of the We Outside show.
Let's do it right. Yeah.
From 2004 to 2018.
Yeah.
97.9 WIBB, Middle Georgia.
Keep going, Trap. Keep going,
Top
Trap.
DJ.
Keep going, Trap.
DJ Smooth is in the building.
What's happening, fellas?
That's how you do it, Trap.
Yeah.
You got to introduce
He's from the
him.
478.
Yeah, man. Smooth.
Yeah.
Where's Smooth from? Where's Smooth from?
I'm from South Georgia, man. I'm originally from Thomaston, Georgia.
Okay.
Upson County.
Yeah.
Home of the Running Knights.
Yeah.
Home of the #1 draft pick, Trayvon Walker, which is my cousin for the Jacksonville Jaguars. We almost did it.
Yeah.
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 That's little cuz there, man.
right,
But
that's right.
yeah, from Thomaston, Georgia, and by way of Macon, Georgia, man. I got on in 2004. That's when I came in the radio. So people kind of technically, I was going there and doing work.
Yeah.
But when I solidified myself as a radio mixer in 2004, that's when like the floodgates kind of flew open. It was like, oh, this cat here he's the truth.
That's it, man.
Yeah.
Shout out to the South Side.
So,
Already.
we got a little bit of where you're from, background and stuff like that, but this is DJs Need Love 2 show. We get right into it. When did Smooth start DJing?
Yeah.
It's a weird story. My sister's father was a DJ.
Okay.
So he had a record store. So I've been making bootleg tapes since I was like 12.
Wow.
So and he worked at a radio station in my hometown called T95 or WTGA, something like that, local station where you can go in there and do your own thing. So I would say there, but I probably jumped off the porch when I was 15.
Okay.
That's when I got my first gig. I did a talent show, and I wasn't old enough to even really be doing what I was doing. So after I did the talent show, some guys seen me that throw parties called, I want to say the name Men of Vision, whatever it is, they from the hometown, but they booked me.
Okay.
And they were like, oh, this little kid is this, can I cuss?
Yeah.
But this little kid is the shit.
Yeah.
So I started having to get escorted with my dad to go DJ clubs. So first club they booked me, I was Charlie Worthy. I rented
Wait, so you wasn't even old enough to be in the club yet?
Nah, I was 15, 14, 15 years old.
Going through the back doors early.
Already in there.
Yeah.
So shout out to my dad. He would like, he had a truck, so he like grabbed me.
Yeah.
I'll escort you in. You go in there and do your thing, and I'll rock out. And that's when
hard.
I got
That's
exposed
hard,
to.
Yeah.
And I got exposed to like, they giving away 10 cases of liquor, 10 cases of beer. I'm back there behind the booth and just rocking out.
We can talk about it now. It's past 10 years. You know what I'm saying? Let's do it.
Yeah. What's the word?
the
Whatever statute of limitation. Yeah, it's gone. So
It's up.
DJs Need
Yeah.
Love too. Let's go.
Yeah. So shout and I'll say this: my first gig, $150.
Wow. I was gonna ask you that.
Yeah.
My dad was gonna ask him that, Trap.
At 14, $150. And I'll say this: within 30 to 60 days, I was asking for a raise. Because I'm looking at the numbers. I'm like, man, this place packed. And what it was, I was renting the equipment for $150.
Right.
Or for $100.
So
I
you
keep
weren't
50
really
in my
making a
pocket.
profit.
Nah, I keep 50 in my
So
pocket.
I think we skipping that. Where you get that mindset already at that age to be like, something ain't right with the numbers? You know what I'm saying? Like, where did that come from?
I saw it. So when you're looking at back in like the early 90s or whatever, I say 94, 93, whatever, clubs or discos were just considered to be, that's where you go. So if a group of us, say, if all three of us, we call ourselves the Men of Vision.
Yeah.
Right.
We say, okay, we're going to have a party this weekend for whatever holiday weekend.
Okay.
600 people show up at $10 a head.
Gotta do them numbers, man.
They serving liquor or whatever, and I'm back there DJing. So, but what actually made me ask about the numbers was I was trying to figure out a way to get my profit margin up, because I'm like, I'm giving this nigga all the money for my speakers.
Right.
Shout out to DJ Dr. Disco.
Yes, sir.
Shout him out.
Yeah, so he would bring the equipment to me, let me use it, come back and get it. So I had all weekend. I had from Friday to Sunday to make whatever I was gonna make with it. So I had to give him that. Yeah. And he wasn't, but he wasn't an asshole about it. He was like, yeah, you're gonna give me per day. He let me just give him that, and he'd come back and get the system.
So backing up off that question that Trap asked, so what was that event that you did that made you say, okay, this is it. This is what I want to do. Like, because I know you was doing it. You know what I'm saying? Getting a little $150, spending the bread on the equipment. But what was that event, that gig that made you say, this is what I want to do. This is what I'm going to be. I'm going to be a DJ.
Okay. I'm going to tell you the ironic situation. I did her son's 35th birthday this weekend. His name is Chad Woodard. So
okay.
I was working at Kentucky Fried Chicken. So I was back there.
Yeah.
I'm whipping the flour or whatever,
Real
cooking
DJ
chicken.
stories right here.
Yeah, so me and his mom at the time, who was the manager, she was like, well, you DJing this and that? She was like, well, let's throw a party. We rented the American Legion. I think it's like $250. We went in together, went and bought us some little fly outfits, some Tommy Hilfiger matching outfits.
Yeah.
And it was just going crazy around town. That's when you got the staple gun and duct tape.
Yeah. Small town.
Making the flyers with your hand.
And you're doing this in more sense of smaller cities and stuff
yeah.
like that.
Yeah,
you're not even in the big cities so much yet.
Chitlin Circuit.
Yeah.
So I'm in Upson County. So in where I live at, where I was from, you got Thomaston, Griffin, Barnesville, Pike County.
Right.
And then right up above that, you go to Henry County. Then from there, we consider that Atlanta.
Wow.
So we threw this party, bought everything, did what we did. And at the end of the night, we did probably somewhere close to $6,000 and $7,000, which we split 50-50.
Yeah.
So I was like, shit, now I hit the motherfucking lottery, man. I went to
Hold on, pause. For the people out there right now who can't do numbers fast enough, pull out your calculators right now, crunch up some of these numbers real quick, and then come back to us.
Yeah. So
makes sense. Yeah.
So the floodgates opened to me to be like, okay, this is something that I want to continue to do.
Yeah.
But I also had the mindset to say, okay, I'm not going to be just being a promoter. If a person still calls me and say, hey, I want you to DJ my birthday, I want this. So that also got my mind going to say the price point got to be this. So even after that, my numbers went to 300, 350, 400 because I got speakers. Now, trust and believe, I still hadn't bought the speakers yet.
Yeah. But people don't know this yet.
Yeah, I still haven't bought the
DJ tips
speakers.
right now.
Like you get your hands on this money. You know, I went to Goodies and went to Belts and bought some clothes. A couple of weekends at the hotel with my girl. Back in that era,
right?
You stay at home with your mom, so if you want to get some pussy, you got this. So that's another $50 per night, right? To stay at the days
DJs
in.
Need Love too, man. Let's do it, man.
Yeah, so and this genre or whatever we doing with the DJing, the girls come, so it's like you gotta have somewhere to get it off,
right?
And shout out to those kids that I helped breed off of the lifestyle era, where you went to the clinic and got the lifestyle condoms and they bust on you, and now you got a baby mama,
right?
So there's a ton of y'all right now that's upset with me or looking at me like, nigga, yeah, your parties did that.
That's what it's about, man.
But yeah, so after that situation, and that also goes to a thing with me and my loyalty and how I am about dealing with different individuals, like my relationship with X and Funky, my relationship with a couple of my business partners that I deal with now is I never was greedy. It was always about, let's do this. So me and this particular person, things were going good to a certain amount of time, and then some things happened where there was some suspected hand in the cookie jar type stuff. So it was like, okay, we had to kind of separate. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna do it on my own. But lo and behold, the other business people, like my partner Malcolm, which I've been doing concerts with for 20 years and parties with. We just did something recently in Griffin at Smoking Margaritas.
Right.
So it made my mindset be, let me work with people, let me do this, not let me just be the one to get all the money, which, in hindsight, I look at it, I'd probably be a lot more financially stable than what I am, but I wouldn't have the relationships and the people that I have now, and I'd probably be out the game.
I'm glad you said that, man. Just like that.
So I'm still going.
Going off of all of that, I gotta ask, because you've been in different lanes. You've done radio, you've done your own parties, you've done the clubs,
right?
You've done private events, all that type of things. Which one do you prefer? Out of all of those, you got radio, you have your own private events, your own parties. You can be working at the biggest club, whatever, or even a concert, festivals, whatever. Which one would you prefer?
I'm torn between the concerts, because I'm actually doing the Monica concert for Valentine's in Macon. I'm torn between that, but I don't have the time that I want. Though the big concerts, they give you, get everybody warmed up, get them going, and then all of a sudden they pull the plug on you and the lights go out and kaboom, here comes the big star. But it's cool because I do get that reaction from everybody to just say, oh, he's the shit.
Right.
And I'm also reaching to like 2,500, 3,000, or 10,000 people at one time whenever the show's going. But the parties get me, like we were talking off camera, we just recently did this thing called the Legendary DJs. So what I've did now is I brought all the guys together that's got a track record and history. So you got DJ Smooth, DJ Skills, DJ Terminator, AJ the DJ.
Terminator.
Yeah.
AJ.
All the speakers.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
all those guys. So I'm going places now. We're all collectively getting together and throwing a party. So we just did one for MLK. People paid $25, $30 to see the DJs and to be on the dance floor. Like we were just discussing that, you know, that's the new thing we're on now, bring the dance floor back. Yeah. I'm tired of I knew what happened when I seen the clubs start looking like room to go when I'm looking for a bedroom suit. Right. You feel me? So
they got more couches in there than anything.
I want to catch it while it's hot, because you said bring the dance floor back, and we got Smooth in the building. So let's just get to the gritty. Yeah. You deal with a lot of artists, right?
Yes.
Artists coming up to the DJ while people are dancing. You know, they want to get their songs played.
Right.
He a record breaker too. So
and you are really into breaking records. But do you feel that that's part of the reason why people are not wanting to dance anymore? Because there's a lot of interruption with music. It could be a DJ could be in his vibe, and then you got artists got access to the DJ booth. Can you play this? Can you play this? Now the DJ probably forgot the last 13 seconds to mix out. You know, something like that. So how do you deal with those artists?
I'm gonna answer it this way. There was an abuse situation that went on, and it kind of tied into also about what the DJs were getting paid. So if you were only making $150, $200 that night, right? You know, subtract, you got to eat, your gas.
Let's talk about it, Smooth.
You know, all of those different things. So, and an artist does walk up to you to give you 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, maybe even $100.
You guys, yeah.
Excuse me. That came into play, and some DJs just said, fuck it.
Yeah.
You know, they took all of it. But in my case, there was always a balance, and I did have a way with words, or a way of talking to the artist to say, hey, listen, if this happens with my crowd, I'm going to pull the record. But I will take your money this time, and let's just see. Or if I can get a minute, just listen to it and say, hey, the song's jamming. But there's I don't forget the word. There's a way of doing it where it's like,
a strategic
strategic way to say, hey, I'm gonna play this record, because what we do with radio is you learn to sandwich. Yeah, right. We play a hit, whatever this is new, come back with a hit, and let's try to sandwich it. Yeah. But also too, you got to have enough mic game to say, hey, you know, the bar's open, brand new music from such and such. While y'all checking this out, you'll take your bathroom break. But what people don't understand is in any club or any place that you're at, even with artists that get mad about getting their song played when the lights come on, you can't turn your ears off. That's something you have to understand. If you're in the bathroom taking a shit, piss, or rolling you a blunt, if a record is playing, you can still hear it. Yeah. So it don't matter if it's played, you know, because artists get, you know, when they doing their thing, everybody got this rotation from you playing the early to the height of the party to on the end when they turning the lights on. It's still somebody, you know, I've recorded footage when the lights was on and somebody jamming to a record, but then I uploaded to Instagram or a Reel or Facebook and still got 1,000, 2,000 views and said, hey, here's this artist. And somebody still inbox me and say, who is that? What is that song?
See, what I don't like in certain cases when it comes to the artist, and the artist may come early or stuff like that. Like if you're really serious about your music and, you know, you want to really be serious about this industry and stuff like that, take it seriously. You want your song to be played. Why are you not in the club early talking to the DJ when there's less people there?
They don't know. So it's another thing too that people say is when you don't know, you don't know. Most of them don't have the mindset of the business etiquette of it. So I've always treated the music business, the DJ business, all of that like getting pussy. You don't just walk up on her and say, give me something tonight. Yeah. You got to say, hey, how you doing? Yeah. Let me buy you a drink.
Cue that shit up.
Let me, you know what I'm saying? Let me gradually. And then there's been artists who like, they will just slide your 20 and get the fuck on. And you like, if you did play it or you forget to play it and you see them the next week, then eventually you like, man, I know you, bro. You been coming. Let me throw this on for you right quick. Let me see what's going on. So it's a relationship builder that most artists, they just miss it. Yeah. Then too, you know, we've had DJs that kind of got beside themselves. Some guys are some dickheads,
Yeah.
or they get in, once they're in their element and they drinking or they smoking or whatever, it's kind of like,
Well, let's stay there real quick. Let me smooth this question. Have you ever, and I'm sure he had, but can you give us a story of a disrespectful artist? He was just mad that you played it too late, played it too early.
Well, here's the thing. I haven't personally had to deal with that. Now, I've had dudes that's just on your back, spitting in your ear. You just kind of got to, man, come on, bro. It's like, nigga, this shit is, get out of my ear. But I've been in a position where I've seen that artist turn into somebody the following year. And it's like, that one nigga get the fuck away from me could turn into like, nigga, I remember you, versus that. So I've always been really, really good about dealing with it and saying, hey, bro, listen, man, let me talk to you. Or calling the next day and say, man, that's not how it go.
Yeah.
This, whoop, whoop, whoop.
I want to start challenging DJs to do that. Like hit them up the next day, like, yo, bro, come to the club next week.
Yeah. And I have the conversation with them, and I do this to this day, and they like, man, I appreciate that, bro. Like, you really taught me something or whatever, because I've seen niggas go from 0 to 100.
Yeah.
I've seen situations where guys don't even give them a shot. You know what I'm saying? Like, so with me, I've always been an artist first, because I'm like, I know the corner can turn. Yeah. And they be somebody, and I'm the same person that say, bro, you know what I did for you now. So I'm like, come on back and let me get a show. And I've gotten free shows. I've got door split shows. I've gotten very low rates on shows where they allow me to eat, and and I treat that better than I would treat a $20 tip or a $100 tip for an artist.
That's gems.
So, but that's me.
Yeah, but that's gems. That's That's
there's a lot of people now, because when them when you're from here, because I'm from the country, so I'm from where we share sugar. We share bread. Yeah, you can go to this person's house and eat a bologna sandwich. We can go to this place. So it's my mindset is not to be a dickhead. Now, for people who don't know me, if they just see me and all this stuff going on, if they don't take the time to be like, hey, Smooth, how you doing? Yeah. They would assume that I'm part of that arrogant side of the DJ culture, and I'm not. Wow. I'm standoffish because I don't deal with a lot of people, because it is some rave riders. Yeah. There's some culture vultures. There's some niggas that want to put their arm around you. Well, my bro right here. I'm like, bro, I don't even know your goddamn ass. And here's what happens. Now they associate you with him, and when they call me and I say it's 1,000, and they call him and they say it's 200, he's took my show because he got the picture. He's got the cosign without the cosign.
Yo, that's a gem trap.
Hey, they be out here clout chasing, but to speak more onto like
that's a gem, man.
Artist side,
that ass, man. Niggas, yo,
they be clout chasing.
I'm glad you said it just like that, Smooth.
It was that, and before they gave it a title, I peeped it because now everything is twin and this and that. The big brush shit. I've had people like, man, I only fuck with him because he said you big bro, and I'm like,
you see him perform.
I don't.
Did you check in with me? Did you validate that?
Because a picture is one thing. I'm humble, like, hey, man, let's take this picture, but I'm not knowing that people were using me in a sense
to get into the next
for that clout. And I'm like. Yeah, and that's what I said. A cosign is something not to really be taken lightly, and people with the picture age, they will do that.
So to go off of the question and speaking with the artists and stuff like that, I know you're a part of the Coalition DJs.
Coalition DJs.
Y'all do give a big opportunity for artists to come through the door each and every Monday, New Music Monday. Can you speak a little bit about that and the opportunity that y'all are doing for these artists right now?
Yeah. So 12 years. Actually, we just celebrated our 15-year anniversary. Shout out to Battio. He was in the building.
Yes, sir.
He got out of the way a couple days, man. We had an unfortunate situation that was nobody's fault. Nobody could control that. It's just one of those things. But it was a beautiful event, and it's about to go. It's about to go up.
Even bigger.
So
big flowers to the Coalition DJs, man. I'm an up north nigga. I've been hearing about them for years, and then you come down here, you see people from there, and you actually meet them and you interview a couple of them. Y'all dope.
Right. And let me speak on behalf of X and Funky. We are in no competition with any other DJ crews.
Okay.
Everybody's family. They Fleet, Cool, whoever, anybody who's a DJ is welcome to that, because what happens is people.
It's hard.
outside of the circle will just assume, and I'm cool with everybody. You know what I'm saying? And my background and my status stands for what it is. So people like, you know, because we still have folks like, man, I fuck with Funky or Smooth or Filthy or whoever. You know, people got their favorites, but for the most part, we rock with everybody. Yeah. You know, there's no New Music Monday is open for DJs to come in. Matter of fact, we put the artists in front of 20 plus DJs.
Right.
We stream it live on YouTube. We stream it live on Instagram. So our other 16 chapters. So you actually may be getting seen by Tennessee, Alabama, Philadelphia, Carolina, fucking shit, California. Like Snoop Dogg is a Coalition DJ, Warren G.
That's hard.
You know what I'm saying? Like OG Cats is like part of the team. But what
Wait,
we
Snoop,
do
before you answer the trap question, what city does not have a Coalition DJ yet?
You know what? Rich, which is our our DJ, he runs that. So because we just did the Midwest, so I have to call 3 and ask him, because I was actually on the way and I said, Rich, he was at work. He said, man, I'll try to get it to you. I was like, what all places? Because I didn't want to get on this platform and not say we got 16 and can't name 16.
Yeah.
But it's steadily growing. Like X is on a plane every other week in other markets. It's like, hey,
guys,
but I think the newest people is the Midwest, so they got like some OKCs, this, that, everything over that way. So him and 3 and some of the guys over there working that move too. Right. But like I said, as far as the artist, it's an opportunity for you to play or perform your music. And this is what happened. We let artists come into a studio like this and we would just play the music on the sound system.
Right.
Lo and behold, we moved the campaign to Stank On You.
Yeah.
And shout out to Big Boy and Renegade.
Yeah.
So they have a performance stage there.
Right.
And Funky, being who he is, just one day said, man, Smooth, get a nigga the mic and let him rap his music.
Yeah.
Right.
So 5 years later,
here we are.
Now that's part of what we do now to get you on stage. So now you get a chance to get your music heard. You get a chance to perform. We just upgraded with Backwood. We bought $20,000 worth of speakers. We got mics. We got lights. We got a fucking spaceship in the ceiling.
That's hard,
so
man. You
get a very good look content-wise, and it's very inexpensive. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to say it on here, but, you know, you can DM us or whatever, because, you know, we – and here's the thing that we do with Coalition is we allow every DJ opportunity to eat. So if you book New Music Monday, Battio, you get a commission off what it was that came in.
That's hard, yeah.
It don't just go to that. So imagine if you book 5 artists in one day, you got 5 commissions. You know what I'm saying? So him and Funky came up with a really, really just dope idea between him, Nando, X-Rated, and themselves when they did this back in 2008, 2009.
And the dope part about it is they all DJs, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I be having the question, like, if artists do come in there and I'm talking about his track is one of them ones, like, how does that get sent around to the DJs?
We have a system set up. So we have, just like any other group of people, I'm pretty sure you got a list of DJs. You can do an E-Blast too. You have an E-Blast. We have a Coalition E-Blast, which may include y'all I don't know, it's 200-300 motherfuckers in there.
Okay.
So you can get the E-Blast, and it's structured and set up to where you're going to invest in yourself. You're not just giving it to you. So if it's a couple bucks for this, we also have a situation where if we got 300 DJs, you can do an Instagram blast where we'll like have every DJ hit that motherfucker on whatever they got, Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter. It's just different things that go on, and it can range anywhere from $200 up to $10,000, whatever your budget helps with, you know, that you can come up with. So you got some people, if you're not rich, you can do this, this, and this. If you got the ball player money, the street guy, whatever it is that you got, you have a sponsor, you can say, I want to do everything under the umbrella, and let's just see what happens.
Right.
But we don't say this anymore. We don't call it a record-breaking DJ crew, even though that's what we've done. We've been with Future, with Jeezy.
Yeah.
Even all of us in the crew have, Funky's got relationship, I've got relationships with people where it's like people inside the walls of Coalition have broke records, but we are a marketing and promotion company. Right. So what we are to do is to help get your record exposed to people and hear it and see it. And if it breaks, we'll say, hey, you know, we did that. I think the last situation we did have an instrumental part behind Erica Banks with Bust It.
Yeah.
We were helping her during the pandemic.
Yeah.
We did some work with Cash Cash. So when Throat Baby came out, I was booking him during the pandemic. So if he had a show for his regular price in Savannah, I would catch him and say, hey, come to Griffin, pick up 2,000 on the way and put him in front of X amount of people. So
stepping into that celebrity DJ thing, and, you know, it was very publicized what you guys went through with Gorilla. And you guys definitely handled it perfectly, in my opinion.
Right.
So do you guys encounter that a lot when people when people blow up? I know that was one that was just on social media a lot.
Man, listen, but these rappers like Erykah Badu, they sensitive about their stuff, but constructive criticism I feel is always needed, and it needs to be said, but not in a cruel way, because we did that with P. Yeah. We sent Migos back a few times and was like, nah, not that. And I remember having a conversation with Coach, and I was like, no, it's Versace. And he was like, no, Bando. I'm like, no, it's Versace. Yeah. And then Drake jumped on Versace, and I was like, I told you, nigga.
Yeah,
Versace.
You know, so.
Versace's what they say now, right? Yeah.
Hey, we be having an ear for it, like, you know, some things there's be a certified hit, but to speak more back on the DJing tip and stuff like that, because this is the DJs Need Love 2 show.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah.
We do have a special segment where we give out shout-outs to DJs on the show. So
flowers.
Now, can you give 3 DJs they shout-out props, whether they've been doing it big, whether it's a big homie, small homie, someone who you just recognize right now on the show? We just want to give flowers out to the DJs as always.
In the city?
It don't
I'm going to make it a little tricky. We can't go Big X and Funky. They got flowers.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. So let's just shout 3 other DJs out right now.
If it's from a standpoint of motivating me to do what I'm doing, in my market, I would say AJ the DJ.
AJ, yeah.
AJ's been like one of those guys, and very clean slate, very polished, and get money.
Good face card in the city.
What I'm saying? I mean, he was one of the first guys I heard say 3,000, 5,000. I've heard he's never told me his prices. I've just heard clients and people say those numbers about him. Like, we've never discussed. He never opened his books for me, but that's when I've heard those $3,000, $5,000 like paid. Not you made. Someone gave you that check. So I would say AJ the DJ.
Shout out to AJ.
Yeah, and from a perspective of, you know, who made me want to do this, probably be Jazzy Jeff.
Ooh. Jazzy Jeff.
Why not?
Yeah, and
just had a birthday not too long ago too.
Yeah. And the third person would probably be DJ Skills. That's the guy who called me and gave me my shot on radio.
Shout out to Skills, yeah.
So he's one of those 1-2s, turntables, cut up, scratch up, all that kind of stuff. So, you know, when he brought me in, he was like, man, you jamming, you hard. And the DJ had left, so there was an open slot for a mix show. So I didn't audition. They just brought me in and like, go. Wow. And I brought the crates in and did a bass in. They were like, motherfucker, you got the job.
That's hard, man. Not the skills, man.
So I didn't look back.
Definitely big shout outs to all those DJs for real, because, you know, we definitely want to keep the love going. It's not a competition that people think it is.
No.
So going back into it, because, you know, we like to give flowers on the show and everything. And going into it as far as like DJs, because it's not a competition between DJs that it is. It's all love. Is there a competition?
It is if you that motherfucker opening.
Yeah. Is it a competition between the opening and closing DJs?
Is it a friendly competition or is it competition?
Let me tell you the problem with it. There's never this that happens. There's never let's go in this room
and talk,
and let's talk. Bro, I need for you to set it up. And I'm gonna close it out. There's never that conversation. There's this guy who's coming in to open that's like, I got to get this off. I got to be heard. I got to let y'all know that I'm doing what I'm doing.
That. That's facts.
You know what I'm saying? So there's never the conversation until it's like, motherfucker, you played all the records. Yeah. Because see, I used to close out after Hot 107 would do the live broadcast at prime time.
Right.
I was one of those DJs that was calling in. So shout out to King Arthur, E For Real, and all those guys.
Monte,
all them cats. So I would come in. So the last 20 minutes of the live broadcast, they would play every hot record it was, and I was like, man, what the fuck? You know, so I ran into it, but there was never a conversation. So with me and being from the country, a lot of times we don't have openers. Right. I do the whole 4, 5 or 6 hours or whatever, or we may have somebody come in and, you know, let them do a little something, do the last 30 minutes or whatever, just get it shine on. But I think it's just a conversation that needs to be had, and then sometimes the hunger of the new up and coming guy would get in the way, and he's like, I don't give a fuck. I'm finna play this hot record that probably don't need to be played yet. But I'm gonna tell you what I used to do. I used to open up for DJ Wiz when we used to do a Celebrity Tuesday, this place called Dirty Iguana, and we had an early crowd come in. Yeah, it'd be 400 or 500 people there early while I'm playing the set. But my mind is just, I've been doing it so long, I would shut the fucking club down with slow jams.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So now everybody, because it's funny to me, I'm looking at everybody now, everybody's R&B. Everything. You look at every flyer on Instagram right now, every fucking club is R&B.
Wednesday R&B, Tuesday R&B, Thursday R&B.
Yeah, it's R&B. And I'm older now.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, I'll tell you, I'm like, bro, you can have it. Lil Vero from Macon, I said, bro, you can have everything under 25. Don't bring your ass over here.
Yeah.
Now look, the last few months, everything is R&B. I'm like, the fuck, bro? Like, can I have the... We've been playing Tevin Campbell and Knocking the Boots and Fantasia anyway, part of the set. But to answer your question, though, with that, when I would open up, I would go as far left as possible. Then I'm in South Georgia, so we can play Southern Soul. So I'm playing King George. I'm playing Hole in the Wall. I'm playing Side Piece. So I got a whole nother genre outside of playing some reggae or some this. I'll go into my slow jam set early, and I have a slogan that I say that just fucks everybody up. I tell them take the rub off and go meet the meat. And that means that we slow jamming now. It's time for you to try to get some pussy. And I would do that early, and I'm like, bro, you can have everything else. But there's folks out there really just reminiscing and having a moment. And I think that's what happens too when you're a DJ. You got to take people on a real journey.
It's a conversation, like you said.
And they don't know.
I used to I used to open up for Monet, Cali, and I definitely used to call them like, yo, it's popping. Oh, it's light tonight, you know, take your time, whatever.
Yeah.
But, yo, I went in this bad because somebody wanted to do this already, you know what I'm saying? And now she know how to, come back, you know what I'm saying? But it is the conversation. You got to have those conversations,
but you have guys that will burn you.
Yeah.
And here's the thing that we do in South Georgia, like, y'all in Atlanta, so most of these places plug and play.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We're in South Georgia where you got to bring your own speakers. Like, we were going to start speak on that, too. Like, I'm a small percentage of the 100%ers.
Yeah.
And that means I got sound system.
Yeah.
Mics, lights, everything.
You're gonna book a DJ,
Yeah, so you're gonna get, if you get me, I can bring everything I need. I can come into a shell building, do the show, lights, everything. If somebody gonna perform, I can handle everything that comes with it, as well as host, DJ it, pay the security, rent the building, run and go get the artist from outside, play a long song. Hey, bro, just watch this for me. So I'm part of that small percentage, 100%ers that do it. So we would run into this. If you're booked with another DJ that does sound and lighting, they would play you at 6 on the scale. Then when you get through doing what you're doing, all right, y'all, be DJ Smooth, I'm out of here. Then all of a sudden, this motherfucker push it to 10. All you hear is a clap, boom, boom. And I'm like, what the fuck? So he's had you at half sound, just DJing moderate for 2 hours, and then he'll come in there and just blow the roof off. So that used to be a thing with us that pissed us off. So all of us DJs now were like, well, if you booking both of us, we're going to bring 2 sound systems and play on mine. And then when it's time for him to do that, because they would actually bring the decibels down on you.
So let's just go ahead and ask the question. Do you rather DJ down there in the country, or you like this ATL nightlife?
Because he just said, R&B out. I know I go down there to the country, I can hear some type of song.
Yeah.
What makes you have fun at when you want to have fun when you at work? Where you having the most fun at right now? Right now, to date, country or the city?
I love the country. Yeah. Well, for one, hold on now. The women up here are a different breed.
Yeah.
But it's also a different money system.
Yeah.
It's a different thing with parking. It's a different things with a $15 drink.
Yeah.
The women big different.
You feel like the DJs get more respect out of the city?
Nah, man. These promoters and club owners treat y'all like shit.
Yeah. Talk about it, man.
I'm just keeping it real, bro. Like, they really don't respect y'all. They think y'all, they do the dollar bill on Jamie Foxx to y'all. And they try to suppress.
Players Club all over again,
right,
man.
You know what I'm saying? And I get it, but until the Atlanta DJs stand together and say, hey, y'all, listen, we're worth this. Because I have a relationship with the club owner I do on Thursdays. I'm like, nigga, I know and some people say you shouldn't do this, but with me, I'm a DJ, I'm a promoter, and I'm gonna help you sell. So when they say like the DJs piping shit up or whatever to increase drink sales, I actually sell drinks.
Yeah.
So if I'm in this motherfucker now, Monet is over there, and I'm like, Monet, it's your birthday. How old are you? Oh, she's 25 tonight. Okay. All right, we doing 25 shots. So what happens now is you and you go to the bar, you buy 25 shots. You buy 25 shots. They buy. So now I've increased your value and your upcharge at the bar. So if I'm looking at the crowd and saying, hey, man, because we got beer drinkers down there too. I'm looking at dudes go back and forth. I'm like, bro, it look like y'all need a 12-pack. Get your whole bucket. It's going to be packed tonight.
You're going to use that for the clip right there.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So now I've actually increased your bar sales.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
but
you're giving these girls an 18% gratuity.
Why are DJs so scared to talk about this?
I guess that's why I'm here.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Are they going to lose their job if they go to the owner and say, yo?
No, because I had a situation where a bartender told me, she was like, I promoted the night, helped do everything, and I know the owner, so I'm like, I know what you're trying to build, so I wasn't trying to knock your head off. I'm like, bro, it looks like this tonight, give me this. The next day I went in there and I was talking to the bartender. I'm like, yeah, how'd y'all do? Oh, I made 500 last night. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
I'm like,
the bottle girl, the bartender, the hookah person, they make everybody make more than DJ in Atlanta.
So now, and
I'm glad I'm not renting by myself, man.
So I'm not.
I be in my feelings,
I'm not counting your pockets, but I'm just saying that I know what I'm enhancing as well as keeping the vibe going. Yeah. And I don't like saying the vibe, but if I got this motherfucker jamming,
that's facts.
And then I turn around and do this, like for me to say it's somebody's birthday, if they 35, 40, and I say, let's take 40 shots, and I just sold 40 shots for you, there's a conversation we need to have at the end of the night to say, hey, bro.
Stop being scared to have that conversation at the end of the night.
Yeah, or the next day, you got to go have a meeting with him and say, bro, and me and my partner, he's like, I see what you're saying, it makes sense, but he also like, so what happens when it's not that great? I'm like, we'll bring the price down. I understand that you didn't do good, but when it's good, take care of me. When it's fucked up, I'll take care of you. And in between, we'll figure it out because I'm also promoting. So I'm also taking videos and uploading because I can turn a shitty night into something big. So if I get there and it's 20 girls that look like her and I take their pics and upload it, I got niggas that's going to mount up. So I may have turned 50 people a night into another 50 and made 100 people come into the club and say, hey.
Facts, that's gems. Because a lot of people don't understand when they tag the club, people want to tag themselves like they outside working. And then they tag the club. You just promoted the club for free.
Right, know.
The conversation got to be had. Because I'm not going to no club if I don't know if one of y'all DJing.
Right.
So when I go in and I spend $40, $50, y'all got to get some type of PC off of that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I'm glad you said it like
that's what I'm saying. I'm 100%er. So I'm thinking club owner, because some of these places are not charging the door admission. That's cool.
Yeah.
I get it. Instead of you getting 10 or 15 at the door, 20, you're going to get it at the bar, the hookah, the section, the chicken wings or whatever. But I'm also letting you know, like, hey, I'm finna help upsell this or that or whatever it is. And then I may have a cool friend that's coming. I'm like, put a bitch on the flyer as a birthday.
I definitely feel like it's some type of system that if even with club owners, you don't even have to deal with the promoters. Like even club owners can do it in some type of way.
They don't want y'all to ask.
Yeah.
So I always associate this business with women, sex, and pussy. So let's just say this, fellas. Monet, close your ears. Okay? If this bad chick is just fucking you every week and never ask for any money, are you gonna give it to her? As a nigga.
Probably so.
When she do ask?
If she don't ask, if she's just, even though you know she deserved, this motherfucker got some good, that shit hitting you like that. If she don't ask for it, you like, it's just cool.
Yeah.
So you DJing your ass off in these club owners like, the nigga don't say shit.
He fine.
He must don't want it.
Yeah, that's facts.
So closed mouths don't get fed, and you get what you negotiate once you say, hey, this is what I'm doing. So if enough time pass, a year or so or some months or whatever, and you proving yourself, you holding it down for 4 hours, you're doing this, bro, you're a professional DJ.
So the add on to that though, like in today's circumstances where we done had COVID, a lot of these clubs are shutting down because they can't stay in the business. How do you even go about asking for more money during that type of situation that most of these clubs are?
Oh no, they spending.
Huh?
They spending. You know, that bottle of Bel Air is what in Atlanta? 200,
Yeah.
250.
Club.
So the numbers are in front of you.
Yeah.
So don't get tricked by that, bro. Yeah. No, that like I just told you before.
They try to.
If you are getting this pussy from this bad chick, and then she say, "Hey man, let me gotta get $100." Oh, I ain't got no money. You lying?
You lying, yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yep.
So
It's facts, man.
So to wrap it all up, I gotta ask.
I'm sorry too, man, if I offended anybody, but that's just how
that's a good analogy.
That's
man.
how
DJs need love too.
Yeah.
What you mean? Someone gonna get it out there. Someone gonna take that and be like, "Hey, write that down. I get that one."
I'm not gonna lie. I've been DJing for a while. I learned a lot today, man. Yeah, this is dope right here.
You gotta
man.
get a part 2.
DJ
part
Smooth,
2.
yeah.
And even if I do have any more time, the artist situation and the plaque situation and all of that, DJs is relationships.
Yeah.
Get to know who's behind the record. Get to know the artist. Deal with them directly and let them know. I would come to Atlanta and get in their face and say, "I'm DJ Smooth from Macon. I'm the one playing your record." So I received. Shawty Low gave me "I'm the Man."
Yeah.
Fabo gave me this. Cash Out gave me this. I was taking Travis Porter on the road with me to Fort Valley State, Albany State. And then let me say this too. When y'all say give people their flowers, let me just say this. I do not run Middle Georgia by myself. Never want to take credit for that. Everybody in Atlanta do. They give me that credit. Like, boy, you the one. No. It is me, AD, DJ Tremaine in Albany, Tremaine is in Valdosta, DJ Trey in Albany. My guys, what's his name in Savannah? I want to say his name, but Kid Joe in Augusta. What'd you say? Yeah, CJ the DJ. In Savannah. Then he's doing IBB in Macon now. Then you still got 3 Urban Stations, Tech James. Yeah. You got all those guys. Even just Cutmaster D in Millersville, Sandersville. You got I forgot his name, DJ Fubu that passed away. But him and King Lee, even with my guys Terminator, like we all did this collectively together. So I was just the big dog influencer that was like, okay, we ain't got to go to Atlanta. Smooth gonna drive to Atlanta every weekend and come back and say, hey, this is what's going on. This is who or whatever. So even for me, I came and told my PD, I'm like, this dude right here is going to be next. And it was Lil Baby before my dog came out. And I'm like, I was fighting for that. That's why I'm not on radio now. Like me and my PD, like.
That's why we got to invite him back, because I want to ask him about the Clash. And I want to ask him about radio.
That's what I'm saying. Part 2 comes soon.
Part 2, man. Yeah, man. So let's get up out of here. But first, give the new DJs one tip, and we're going to rock them out of it. Like right at the camera. They don't
negotiate. You know what I'm saying? Negotiate. But also put the work in. Put the work in and negotiate. You can't just go into this and assume that you're supposed to get it. Have some kind of track record or something that says, hey, I've been at this club for a year. I've been at this place. I did this. I did that. Something for them to be able to look back and see and document everything. Like record it. Even as old as I am, bro, everything. Yeah. I got to let them see it, man. All that.
Is, man.
So last question, and this is the final outro question.
Okay.
Why do DJs need love too?
See, we ain't trying to get them.
I'm going to say this. DJs need love too because this is a career. We should not have to work at Guitar Center and other places in between doing what we do as a living. I have not had a regular job since 2000, maybe 2001, and that's 23 years ago. If this is what you do as a professional and the money should reflect that, the equipment is expensive as fuck. I just went and bought a whole new QSC system. That shit was like $6,000, $7,000 on top of what I've already have existing. So if I had to tell you anything why we need love is because this is a career. We should not have to work 2 jobs and all that to do this on the weekend. This is not a hobby. This is a professional career where you are entertaining hundreds of people. You are helping the bar make money. You are keeping everything going for the club owners. So, because I tell people this anytime, if you're at a club, a wedding, whatever it is, if you subtract the DJ from that, or if that motherfucker unplug his shit and leave, you have nothing. All the money dries up. All you got is a meeting if you got a reception.
Oh, man.
So you got to get your money.
That's facts, man. Let's get them out of here, man. Let's do it.
I'm DJ Thirsttrap.
I'm DJ Battio. That's another
DJ
episode.
Spoon with these niggas. I'm in there, motherfucker.
And we out.
It's another episode of the DJs Need Love 2 show.